need no thought control. No dark sarcasm in the classroom. Teacher, leave them kids alone. Hey, teacher, leave them kids alone. All in all, it's just another break in the wall. All in all, it's just another brick in the wall. Another brick in the wall, the Pink Floyd classic. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm your Chief Warden, Rajiv Nayak speaking. Welcome to the Take Debate 39th meeting, an education experience in the online school. Today, we are going to see a series of events happening. To begin with, we are going to have a conventional style debate, which will have a debate moderator. The match is between an affirmative and negative team. Each team will have 3 students and teachers combo. There is no dark sarcasm or no thought control. Then we will have our communication specialist who will give you topics which are food for thought in table topics. And here you don't control your thoughts, please. This will be followed by 2 project speeches, one given by a mathematics teacher and the other one who is in charge of the program quality. To finish off this exhilarating experience, we have our 4 guidance counselors for all the activities as mentioned. Now, a bit about our parent company. Toastmasters International is a non-profit educational organization that teaches public speaking and leadership skills through a wide network of clubs. Founded by Dr. Ralph T. Smedley in 1924, headquartered in Englewood, Colorado, the organization's crew memberships presently exceeds 350,000 in more than 16,800 clubs in 143 countries, and the number keeps changing every year. Since 1924, Toastmasters International has helped people from diverse backgrounds become more confident speakers, communicators, and leaders. The mission of a Toastmasters Club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every individual member has the opportunity to develop oral communications and leadership skills, which in turn fosters self-confidence and personal growth. A vision statement declares a vision of the future. Few rules and precautions which need to be taken. Kindly rename yourselves properly instead of mobile numbers, pet names, or acronyms, as we like to do the roll call in the school. As per the school rules, no mobiles or mention of sex, politics, or religion is appreciated in the school. I'm sure you understand that. On this note, it's now time to request you all to help me welcome the academic director, our charming president, Toastmaster Lavanya Lakshman.
Thank you so much, Rajiv, for that such beautiful introduction. You never cease to amaze me with the creative way of doing your Sergeant at Arms role. And this year, you know, one of the session I always look forward to is Sergeant at Arms role. I never want to be late for the meeting, just to see the creative way of doing Sergeant at Arms role. Thank you very much. And welcome everyone to the 39th meeting of Take Debate. Welcome fellow Toastmasters, guests and dignitaries in the house, that is Club Growth Director DTM Rania, immediate past District Director Robin Anand. Thank you very much. And we have quite a few guests among us. Let's get to know them first. Can I request all those who are all the guests to introduce themselves, your name, what brought you here, or who invited you here? Who would like to go first?
Okay, I'll start.
Yes.
So it's over, no? So, okay, my name is Harish Krishna. I am from Dubai Silicon Oasis and Tejas Toastmasters Club. Currently, I'm the Division B Director, and I was whiling away on my sofa, and suddenly I'm here in this meeting. I don't know how it happened. So I'm here now.
Welcome. And I should have met this. He's one of the dignitaries, Division B Director. Thank you, Harish. Samir.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Samir GP. I am here because I want to get rid of my allergy to debates. I don't know, I like to agree than disagree. And I just hope someday I will get comfortable with disagreeing with people as well. Yes.
Joining debate club is the right medicine for your allergy. Welcome, Samir. Akila, would you like to go next?
Yeah, hi, my name is Akhila Ajit. I'm actually a recent business undergrad from Harry Road University, Dubai. So I basically wanted to come here to basically improve my communication skills. And I was actually referred by Anita Biju.
Wonderful. Welcome, Akila. Next, Manoj Nair.
Who is Manoj Nair?
Participant, one of the...
I know.
Okay, let's go to Shruti.
Hi everyone, I'm Shruti. I'm a PhD student who's studying in Singapore, but I'm here to meet my family who lives in Dubai. I found out about the group through Anjana, who kind of told me about the concept, and I was just very fascinated by it. So I thought that I would join as a guest to learn more about it. Thank you for having me.
Welcome. Next, Jimmy.
Thank you. Hello all, my name is Jimmy James. I'm an entrepreneur by profession, and I'm here with invitation by Elena. And yeah, I think Debate Club will help me teach a few debating skills as time passes.
Definitely. Welcome, Jimmy. Vimal?
Hi,
Hi.
I need to introduce myself.
Yes.
Great. So I'm from City of Gold Toastmasters Club. My name is Vimal and I am HR professional. While I have never attended debate meeting as of now, so I wanted to attend this meeting for a while. And today, finally, I could to see that how does it go. And I look forward to a lovely meeting.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Shiny. Shiny? Okay, Manoj, can you hear us now?
His mic is not working. That's what he wrote in the chat.
Okay. Okay. And Shiny? Okay, she's one of our evaluator. Divya will introduce her before her role. Do we have any other guests? Okay. Thank you very much for joining us. We are thrilled to have you here, have you with us today. This year has been very difficult, and life teaches us a lot of lessons. I would like to ask few of you, what was one of the greatest lessons you have learned in your life? And keep it short, just a line or two. Who would like to share? Yes.
Me?
Yes.
So I heard something just yesterday and I found it quite profound. It was, time is not the most precious commodity. Focus is. And I loved it, you know.
Wonderful. Anyone else would like to share one of their greatest life lessons? Yes, Rania.
Yes. Life is too short to waste on nonsense. Enjoy every moment.
That's so beautiful. Who else would like to share? Yes, DTM Ramesh.
This too shall pass.
Oh, that's super profound. Anyone else? Ajita, would you like to?
Yes, everything happens for some reason.
Beautiful. Anyone else? Okay. Okay. Today's host, Toastmaster of the evening, she would like to share one of her life lessons, one of the greatest life lessons. It was when she was attempting her IIT JEE exam, one of the tough and prestigious engineering entrance exam, and chemistry was her forte. She was writing, and the year she was appearing for exam, they had introduced pre-screening. So she started answering solving first chemistry, then maths, physics. She got all the answers. This is MCQ. So she solved all the answers. Now she has to do the bubbling. And the question paper, the order of question paper was first physics, then maths, then chemistry. Her time calculation went off by half a minute. She answered physics, she answered maths. When she came to chemistry, she answered 4 and time was up. They took her paper away. She knew all the 30 answers, but just because of, if she had just half a minute more, she could have answered all the questions. So she was heartbroken. One of the greatest lessons she learned, which she, even now she tries not to keep things to the last minute, is time management. And she says, life can change in half a minute. So that was very profound. I asked some of her friends, how do they describe Divya? And I got loads of answers. And they could go on and on and on describing her. I would like to share some with you all. Tall and beautiful. And some of them had a $1 billion smile. She has a $1 billion smile. Dolby Atmos laughter. And she greets you with hug and kiss. And for some, she has been the best mentor. She changed their life with some of the lessons she shared with them. And some call her omnipresent. You go to gym, she is there. You go to Diwali party, she is there. You go to Toastmasters, she is there. She's full of energy who can light up the whole world. And I liked one particular description. How about I ask our Sergeant at Arms to play a video to show what they think about her? Rajiv?
Get ready. Our most popular battery is now even more powerful. The stronger, lasts longer Energizer Max.
Thank you, Rajiv. That's what they think about her. She's full of energy. She goes on and on and on. So please help me welcome beautiful, sassy fitness freak, our TMOD, Divya Raj.
Okay, now I really need to wear this because I'm tearing up with that introduction. Thank you so much, Lavanya, for, I don't know, I have no words. My basic cue for wearing this was that Rajiv started with such a radiating performance that I was kind of blinded. And to top it, we have so many shining souls today in the meeting, barring the TDB family, which is lit up completely. But we have so many guests who light up wherever they go. So, and to top it now, your introduction. Now, please bear with me for these glares, okay? So the whole idea today of having the theme, the light within, was twofold. One was we just celebrated Diwali, the festival of lights. And second, the contest season is very near, be it debate or the regular contests in Toastmasters. So this is the time to get over that little fear, that little darkness, that is there inside of us. Let the light shine through and march forward. Now, I'll just ask a question to everybody out there in the room. What does, just in one word or two, what does Diwali symbolize to you? Please go ahead, unmute yourself and tell me, when I say the word Diwali, what comes to your mind?
Lights up the light within.
Okay, wonderful. Who was that?
Sha.
Uh-huh. Go ahead. Who else?
Adds color to life.
See, this is take debate, you know. Go on. I want to hear more.
For me, this
Gulab jamun.
Sorry.
That is Samira Khan. Gulab jamun. You make and get for us. Lavanya.
For me, it was all about dressing up this year. I hardly get to wear Indian.
We saw that. The dressing up, the lighting up, and the lovely photograph. We saw all of that. It was beautiful. Anyone else? Jimmy, Vimal, Karthikeyan sir, Pranav, anyone?
Patakas, firecrackers. Yeah.
Firecracker. Did you light any? Or is
Me?
it just... Yeah.
It's lit inside.
Okay, nice. So I'm a Facebook freak. I'm practically there. So I chanced upon a post by one of our dear members, DTM Ravi Musad, and I really liked it. And I want to quote it because I echo the same sentiments. He mentioned that India probably could be called the land of festivals, not just for the sheer number of them, but also for the richness, vibrancy, and grandeur. We all celebrate Diwali for multiple reasons, and you all know it. Depending on which part of India you're from, you have a different reason to celebrate Diwali. But having said that, he said that all festivals, no matter which, is celebrated for the same reason, to add structure to our social lives, to connect people with different backgrounds, and to remind us of our culture and history. And most importantly, it is a celebration of our existence, no matter what the circumstance. So, despite the fact that the world is reeling with the after effects of this pandemic, we still saw people coming together and celebrating this festival of light. And so did I. I enjoyed every moment, though I was not able to go to Jaipur, but we created Jaipur in Dubai. So, we had lots of fun. So, today is truly a celebration of us. Now, before we begin the meeting, let me introduce you to the silent role players of today, okay? But before I get there, there's a trivia. So I will ask you a question in my closing address. Now, people who were there in the DSO meeting yesterday, you are not allowed to answer, but the others, think of what possibly the question would be, okay? And I will ask it during the closing of my TMOD session. So today, the silent role players are, who were not very silent though, but they've taken up multiple roles, our timer, that is our president, Toastmaster Lavanya. She has been a Toastmaster since 2012. When I asked her, what is that one particular thing about Diwali that you love the most? She said lights. And that one darkness that she's trying to overcome with the light within, she said the fear of unknown. And our second role player, silent role player, is our Zoom master, DTM Rajiv Nayak. So when I asked him what he loves about Diwali, he said the goodies that you get and the lit up atmosphere with lamps. And what is that one darkness that he's trying to overcome? Is to possibly appreciate whatever he has and always try to better himself as he goes by. So these are our silent role players. Let us give them a round of applause. Now, unlike a regular meeting where we give the topic in advance and the role players have enough time to prepare, this is kind of a preparatory meeting for our team Take Debate, because we know they're going to conquer the Division L championship. Okay, so the topic will be given by our moderator, and both the teams will be given 15 minutes to prepare. So DTM Rajiv and DTM Ramesh, may I please request you to escort the teams into the breakout rooms for you to go on with the proceedings of giving them the topic. And Lavanya, 15 minutes preparation time once the topic is given and once DTM Ramesh gives you a heads up that 15 minutes begin. So I think Rajiv can go on and get them into the breakout room.
Okay, can you tell me who are the first team? One is Robin Anand, Pooja, and
Robin, Pooja, and Hashim, one team. Harish, Pranav, and Gayatri, the other team.
1 minute. Harish,
Pranav and Gayatri.
because okay, Harish is not named himself. Okay.
Harish Krishnan.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. I'm opening all the rooms now.
Yeah. And DTM Ramesh Anantraman has to have access to
Have you got the messages, all the participants? I opened the room.
Yes.
Okay. So if Lavanya can indicate to me 15 minutes, I will close the rooms and they will be back.
So once they are in the breakout room, please give me a heads up.
Ramesh sir, you need also to be assigned or no need?
Yes,
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 yeah,
I have to give the topic.
He has to give the topic.
1 minute, 1 minute. Problem now. Okay, can I, 1 minute. Okay.
Are all the players out now? Yeah.
And
Ramesh sir is still here. Ramesh sir is still here.
No, I assigned him to room number 1 already.
He has to go to 2 also, no? Because he has to give the topic to
come
both.
back again. He has to come back again. Let me join breakout room number 1 and I'll be.
Okay, I think they will sort that out there. Lavanya, you can start the time whenever, Ramesh sir gives you a heads up. But meanwhile, these guys are preparing and wrecking their brains as to what to say and what not to say. It is time for us to lighten up. That is, relax. Now, the segment that is coming up now, in physical meetings, in this segment, Toastmasters would duck at lightning speed, not to be seen, not to be called. And in Zoom meetings, they will quickly turn off their videos. So the aim of this segment is basically for the brain to light up with thoughts, but it is something else that lights up when a topic is given. Now, that may be different for different people. For me, my whole body lights up. I just don't know what to say. I shake from top to bottom. Okay. So this is my personal favorite segment when I say hello from the other side, when I'm the table topic master. And I'm glad that I am the TMOD today and would not be participating in this segment. So the role player who will light up the screen now is a celebrated Toastmaster. She is our club growth director for District 105 and one of our newest members, someone who can light up the room with her smile. I better wear my glares. It can be blinding, I know. So DTM Rania has been a Toastmaster for 15 and a half years. Even though she doesn't celebrate Diwali, she loves the colorful display of rangolis outside the houses. And the darkness that she is trying to overcome is to overcome the feeling of worrying about what the future beholds. That is beyond our control. So really, like you said, there's no time to waste over nonsense. So just forget about it. What is to come will come in any way. So the screen is yours, DTM Rania. Over to you.
Thank you, dear Divya. And a very good evening, my fellow members and debaters and our wonderful guests. Now I need everyone to switch on the camera and don't hide behind the screen. Samir, DTM Ramesh is busy. Samira, Vinod, everyone, yes. So thank you, Divya, for setting the tone and enlightening us with the light within. And I'll try my best and to see the light of creativity of each one of you here by trying something different and new. Actually, we tried this at my home club and I said, let's give it a try here, why not? I mean, we're actually advanced debaters, so I think you can handle this. We call it Toastmaster Deconstruct. So whereby what we do, we'll have each one who's going to come on the screen has to pick a letter and a number. So I have 7 questions, 7 numbers, 1 to 7, and 7 letters A to G. So each one who comes on stage or on the virtual stage has to pick 1 number and 1 letter. Now, the 2 topics or the 2 sentences are completely irrelevant. They have nothing to do with each other. Still, we have to see the light of creativity within each one of us and see how we can connect these 2 different irrelevant topics to come up with a wonderful, brilliant 1 to 2 minute speech, whereby we'll see the green light at 1 minute, the amber light at 1.5 minutes, and the red light at 2 minutes. I don't know, Madam Tamer, are you ready? Yes. All right. So 1 minute you see the green light.
1 minute, Rania. I would like to request Lavanya to start the timer, 15 minutes.
Oh, yes.
And indicate to me because I have to close the breakout room after that.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. So can I proceed? All right. So who would like to give it a shot? Okay, Vinod. So pick a number, pick a letter. You have 1 to 7, A to G.
Letter 7.
I cannot hear you, Vinod. Your voice is breaking.
Hello.
You're inaudible again. There's a crackling noise in the back. I think you're using a microphone or a speaker.
Give it to someone else.
No, now it's excellent. Okay. So what is the number? What is the letter?
Number is 7. Letter is
A. Number 7, letter is
A.
A. Okay.
A.
All right. Now they say love comes after marriage. A lot of debate is going around this topic that love comes after marriage, not before marriage. Do you think guns should be banned?
Okay. Guns should not be banned. And I affirm this because I am a married man. All the married men in the world would need gun when it is required the most. Marriage only looks good during the marriage day. That is the only time when you are smiling and you think you are in charge. After that, there are a lot of human creatures called as in-laws. Some come as father-in-laws, some come as mother-in-laws, and there are brother-in-laws and there are cousin-in-laws. And all these in-laws need to be we need to take care of them by breaking the law. And that is why I believe that guns should never be banned. And for a married man, it should be a constitutional right to carry guns and use them whenever it is required. Thank you very much, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Vinod, for such a uplifting answer. Now, who would like to give it a shot? Second volunteer. Can I see a hand? Okay, DTM Karthikeyan, birthday boy. So give me a number and a letter.
B8.
B and no, it's you have 1 to 7. So
okay, what's
7 is taken, A is taken. So
B5.
B and okay, B and 5. Okay. A lot of also topics go around that uniforms should be mandatory at the workplace. Which part of your body would you like to do plastic surgery for and why?
Image is very important for all of us. You know, I very much want to project the right image to my colleagues. In fact, the ladies in the room, wherever I go. So it is very important for me to resort to plastic surgery because I cannot resist eating. And being the festive season, I'm up with sweets. So the only way I can put on a trim figure is through plastic surgery. The place I would like to do is that if they can just remove my tummy and give me a 6-pack, that will help me a lot. In fact, it is very, very important. In fact, today at work, if I have to hide this tummy which is there, I wear on my jacket. The jacket, which is my uniform. It's a blazer with my company logo on it, and I can just strap it. It is so well done because the moment I wear it, I look very trim. It's black in color. It is, I think, it's from Italy, so it is probably meant for all the Italians who eat a lot of cheese and pizza, and their tummy is so big. So it is meant for people with beer belly gut. And this is something which is very, very important for us and very, very essential part of our workspace. Because if we have to look smart, we have to wear a uniform. Otherwise, our beer gut will show and we have to run to the plastic surgeon. No other go. So I am very much in favor of having uniforms at work, especially the black one, the one which hides my beer gut. Over to you.
Brilliant, brilliant. How can you beat that? Any other volunteer members or guests? No one is raising a hand. Is that a clapping or you're raising your hands? Elena would like to give it a try. Okay. So pick a number, pick a letter.
I will go for A3.
A is taken.
Okay, I'll go for C3.
C3. All right. Now, another debate is going on that schools should block sites like YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram on their computers. Now, what kind of a pet would you like to keep and why?
I didn't get the second topic. Could you please repeat it for me?
Schools should block sites like YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram on their computers. A lot of debate is going about this topic. What kind of a pet would you like to keep and why?
So I am completely for the topic that schools should block YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, because there is this filthy rich kids who have this adorable, cute puppies and they just start flaunting them. We all need a pet, but guess what? To have a pet, you need to be rich. So these kids, the filthy rich ones, yes, exactly. They keep flaunting their puppies and kittens on Instagram, Facebook. Some even have their own YouTube channel. So what do kids like me do? Like, someone gets a bad mark in math, they run back to their pet. But guess what? I don't have a pet, nor do I have anything in my life. So I completely stand for the motion that YouTube specifically, especially for all the kids who have YouTube channels, they should block YouTube. It should be completely thrown out of the kids' life. No Facebook. Don't even think about Facebook. No Instagram and ever. And you should always have a pet, especially a dog. The bigger, the cuter, the sweeter. Over to you, table topic master.
Brilliant, amazing, amazing. Who would like to give it a try? Guests or members? Vinod? You're busy. Vinod Raman, would you like to try? No, you're busy. Okay. Who would like to try?
We should call a guest.
Let's call a guest. Samir.
I'm not here.
No, you're here. Switch on the camera. Pick a number and a letter, please.
52 and 36.
Okay, we have from A to B, A to G, and 1 to 7.
Any of them. Okay. B.
B is taken, C is taken, as well as A.
D.
Okay, and which number?
7 is taken.
7 is taken, yes.
1.
Okay. All right. Also, another heated topic that women are worse drivers than men. Women are worse drivers than men. Would you get your wife a German, a Japanese, or a Korean car? And why?
So, I would get my wife a bicycle. because a bicycle is so much more healthier and it just keeps people fit. Now, the opportunity of getting hit by a car is high. So I would make sure that she goes on a cycle track, which means she will hardly do anything because she's sitting in India. And therefore, I would make sure that I have to first get her a license. And I have no bumbling clue what am I talking about. I'm just hoping that where is the tree or the cow I could speak about? Over to you.
Thank you, Samir. I wasn't convinced, but thank you so much for your attempt. Anyone who would like to give it a try from the guests?
Jimmy, Shruti.
Jimmy or
Akila.
Akila is there as well. And Shruti is there.
I can give it.
Okay,
on
Shruti.
this topic?
Yes, so pick a number and pick a letter.
Oh, E2?
All right. Okay. Another also debate is going on that marriage should be at a younger age, not at a later age. Marriage should happen at a younger age, not at a later age. What is your favorite meal and why?
Okay. So, as a PhD scholar who studies a lot about gender and women's experiences, I believe that marriage should be delayed and women should get married as late as possible, because a lot of research is showing that, you know, it helps women gain independence, it helps women gain financial freedom, and also it makes sure that women are not just homemakers who have to cook everybody's favorite meal, but can also do that as well as, you know, be economically independent. So I believe that even though so their favorite meal and everybody's favorite meal should not be kind of the center of their marriage, but there should be more a fulfilling life with which can be within the home and outside the home, but that, you know, their favorite meal should be cooked also not just by them but also their husbands. I think like just a delayed marriage would help more equitable kind of relations. Thank you.
Brilliant, beautiful, beautiful answer. Thank you so much for your participation, Shruti. Jimmy, would you like to give it a try?
I don't know if I'll fail miserably in this. Let me give it a try.
Just use your imagination.
Okay.
Okay, so now we have another three questions. I cannot come up with a third question. Do we have still time, Lavinia? We still have time. Okay, so we're good to go. So pick a number, pick a letter.
It's M taken?
No, it's A to G,
G.
And 1 to 7. So G and G not taken.
K.
No, a letter and a number. So G is a letter. Which number?
K and 9.
Okay, I'll manage that. All right. A lot of people are losing their jobs these days, and there's a high rate of unemployment going on. In your opinion, what is the best way to lose weight?
All right. I think these days it's easier to lose job than losing weight. You know why? Because you're supposed to stay at home, right? And how do you go for a walk? Okay, now think that you would want to do a 30-30 challenge. But again, you should go out, right? You should drive yourself to Jumeirah Beach, which is going to cost you money. You need money for petrol and you don't have a job. So you lost a job, so you can't lose weight. Okay, the cheapest club is 99 dirhams, which you can join maybe, you know, but again, that is in Motor City. If you live in Dubai, yeah, you have an option there, but their memberships are closed. So again, it might be easier to lose weight, but in fact, these days, it's easier to lose a job. But let's talk the opposite thing. Gaining weight and looking for a job, gaining a job, yeah, it's easier, right? But Rania, you gave me a hard topic to talk about. So I'm ending it. Thank you.
Brilliant. Actually, you did a fantastic job. You started well, you ended very well. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Who else would like to give it a try? Akila, would you like to try?
Okay, yeah.
All right. Anyway, we have 2 more questions left. Okay, so shall I give you okay, give me a number and a letter. So now what's left is F and D, actually. And the numbers left are 6 and 4.
I'll take F and 4.
All right, okay. Another debate going on space exploration, and that a lot of money is being wasted on exploring space and sending all these exhibitions and discovering all what's going on in the unknown world. What is your favorite movie and why?
Can you just repeat the first question? I couldn't hear it properly.
The first part was a lot of debate is happening on that a lot of money is being wasted and spent on space exploration, you know, sending shuttles out and checking what's going on in the out in unknown world. So what is your favorite movie and why?
Okay, so there are many space explorations and research done, and there are people going out and even like toys and pets actually going, like how Elon Musk had just sent astronauts and as well as toys from Star Wars as well. But I think that is for the humanity to discover more stuff like in Mars, and maybe even come up with a movie like the one like the Netflix movie called Space, where they all go to Mars to discover water and stuff. So like, if the Earth is not going to be inhabitable, it's much more better to find another planet or another dimension where people can go. And yeah, I'm just talking in the flow. I'm not sure if I'm doing fine.
Yes, you're doing fine. So you can tell us more about your favorite movie. What is your favorite movie? Anything related to space? You like Star Wars?
Yeah, Star Wars not much, but I've not seen the whole thing.
So
but
what
I
is
like
your
the
favorite movie? The Harry Potter series. Why do you like it?
Because it's a lot of imagination.
You're muted, Akila.
I like the Harry Potter series because of the books. There's a lot of imaginations and a lot of lessons otherwise. And then when the movies came out, I had to go watch the movies. And even though the movies were not as great as compared to the books, it was still worth the watch.
Thank you so much. Actually, no movie can beat a book. The books are always better than any movie.
True.
They can never give justice to any book that is out there. Thank you so much for your attempt. Thumb up? No more? Okay. So one last question is gone. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it. And over to you, Madam Modi.
Thank you very much, DTM Rania. Now, so much of radiance from all of you in this topic. What do you swallow light over it? I didn't understand. Such a creative table topic session, and you all attempted like, it was a cakewalk. So let us now request for the timer's report.
Yes.
Can we ask Madam Lavanya to please give the timer's report?
Okay, Vinod Panikar took 42 seconds. Karthikeyan spoke for a minute. Elna spoke for 59 seconds. Elna, 1 second. Samir GP, 51 seconds. Shruti spoke for 1 minute, 20 seconds. Jimmy, 42 seconds. Akila, 1 minute, 54 seconds. So only Karthikeyan, Shruti, and Akila are qualified.
I think, what do you say, madam? The topic, I mean, the segment was creative and a little difficult. We should qualify everybody, no?
Absolutely. Everyone should qualify.
What was the life lesson, Divya?
You got to make it to time. Yes.
Yes.
I agree.
We'll
Okay.
learn time management as well.
Yes. So our Sergeant at Arms is here or no to launch the polls?
Maybe we will give him time because
Yeah.
we
So
will
we'll
do
give him time. So so we need to close the breakout room and get them back.
Can I close the breakout room now?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay, I've given them 60 seconds to leave the room.
Okay. Meanwhile, if you want, you can launch the poll. Lavanya will give you the names.
The table topics?
Yeah.
1 second.
So Robin is back.
Okay, I will launch the table topics poll.
Lavanya. See, that's okay. For today, I think we will go ahead. Are all the debaters back?
Yes.
Yeah, so while they're coming back, so now this is a segment that we've been waiting for, the biggest pataka of the evening, basically the debate. And who's taking the bait, who's giving the bait, God knows, we are yet to see. But the one who's going to take us through this is the most enlightened soul in Tech Debate family. When you look at him, you can see a halo. You know, he's like calm, composed, smiling, and you just get a lot of positive energy from him. His name is DTM Ramesh Anantaraman. He's been a Toastmaster for 14 years. My God, we're such seniors, veterans in Tech Debate. One particular thing that he likes about Diwali, we are buddies, you know, sweets, just cannot control. And the darkness that he's trying to overcome, he says there is no darkness, just spread the light that comes from within to the external world. And I so agree with him. So with that, I hand the baton over to our moderator, DTM Ramesh Anantaraman. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Divya. Before I get into the debate, I think I need to speak about that half a minute which kind of make you lose, not crack the IIT JEE. That half a minute is what helped me crack the same exam. Okay. Now, among the three subjects, maths, physics, chemistry, my strongest subject was physics. And in physics, I had just one weak area, which was sound. Okay. So I had somehow not got my mind around to it. Somehow I did not have the aptitude to go read about all those complicated formulas. Just 2 days before the exam, I picked up just one formula from sound, saying that, okay, if tuning fork, you just, this is the tension in the string. And if you take it, what is the frequency? There was just one. And in physics exam, there was one question which you need to apply the principles of heat, mechanics, and sound to crack it. Okay, if you did not know any of the three, you can't crack that question. So it was just that one formula in sound which helped me crack that big mark question. And I presume that is what helped me get through that. So half a minute is what makes all the difference. And thank you very much. We're going to have, excited to have a wonderful debate session. I'm just going to validate, I'm going to announce the teams. The team which is talking for the motion is opening speaker, Toastmaster Pooja Baburaj. The rebuttal speaker, Toastmaster Hashim Halim. And the closing speaker, DTM Robin Anand. And the team speaking against is Toastmaster Gayatri Pandey do the opening. The rebuttal will be done by Toastmaster Harish Krishnan, and the closing is going to be done by Toastmaster Pranav Trikanath. I hope I've got those names in order. And the sequence of the speakers for everybody to get familiar, the people who are not familiar with the debate process. The opening speaker for the team affirmative is going to start the first speech, followed by the opening speaker on the team rebuttal on the team negative. This will be followed by the rebuttal speaker from the team negative, followed by the rebuttal team from the team affirmative. Then the closing speaker from the team negative, and then followed by the closing speaker from the team affirmative. This will be the sequence, and the timings is going to be for both the opening and rebuttal speeches. There will be green at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. If you can, timer president can check that out. 2 minutes and 30 seconds green, 2 minutes 40 seconds amber, 2 minutes and 50 seconds red, and at 3 minutes the speaker will be muted. For the closing speech at 1 minute 30 seconds would be green, 1 minute 40 seconds amber, and 1 minute 50 seconds red. And the speaker will be muted at 2 minutes exactly. Okay. Now, are we all ready? Now, the topic is that people are going to debate on is polygamy should be made legal. Sorry, I think I made a mistake. That is the Division L debate topic. So I kind of leaked it out in advance for the sake of our team. Actually, today's debate topic is resolve that racial profiling is ineffective as a law enforcement strategy. I repeat the topic. Resolve that racial profiling is ineffective as a law enforcement strategy. Now we will have the opening speaker from the team affirmative. If we can, the Zoom master can put the focus on Toastmaster Pooja Baburaj, please, and please repeat saying that I love Take Debate.
I love Take Debate.
Thank you. You're audible and visible. The floor is yours.
Respected members of the House, a very good evening to one and all. My team and I strongly affirm that racial profiling is ineffective as a law enforcement strategy. We would like to set up the boundaries of today's debate to addressing the inherent biases that plague such a flawed system of law and order, and explain to you how it perpetuates chaos and hatred as opposed to peace and sanctity in the society. Let's examine the keywords in our motion statement today. First being racial profiling. The American Civil Liberties Union defines racial profiling as a discriminatory practice by law enforcement officials of targeting individuals for suspicion of crime based on individuals' race, ethnicity, religion, or national origin. Examples of racial profiling are the use of race to determine which drivers to stop for minor traffic violations, or the use of race to determine who goes through an airport safely. Our second key term is law enforcement, which is defined in the Cambridge Dictionary as the activity of making certain that laws of an area are obeyed. Now, in a world where racial profiling is the basis of law enforcement, we are constructing and condoning a system that harbors prejudice, discrimination, and violence. Now, our first point will be focusing on the after impact of racial profiling, especially for the sake of security. The Open Society Justice Initiative documented in 2019 that it is not only an unfair practice, but ineffective and counterproductive. When law enforcement officers treat an entire group of people as suspicious, they create an unresolved inflictive trauma that lives on for ages. Vox reported that Children who were racially profiled back during 2001 attack on the Twin Towers till now suffer from trauma by the simple act of wearing the hijab and walking out in public. We recently witnessed George Floyd and many other Black men and women who have lost their lives to law enforcement simply because they were standing right outside their own property, sleeping in their houses, or taking a stroll in their neighborhood, and they looked assumingly violent. Now, this is certainly not a society that any of us would want to be a part of. Now, the second and most important point would be the mistrust in institutions. This is where the police will fail if this is how the society looks like, because the Human Rights Commission reported that over the years, in a study conducted across a decade, the commission reported that in countries such as the US, Canada, and India even, most of the times where racial profiling can be abjectly and prevalent, you can see that there's significant mistrust has been developed between youth and adults, between the people who have been inflicted with trauma, as well as the trusting institution, which is the police, who one turns to for help. If you were to look behind and reach out to help with people who will inflict the most amount of trauma and violence on you, what kind of society are we living in? I would like to conclude by stating that the world that the proposition wants to construct is that which is fair. Therefore,
Thank you. Two things. Number one, request the timer to keep a video on throughout, because we didn't see the green and amber lights. And request the Zoom master to put everybody on mute, including himself. Thank you. Can we put the spotlight on the opening speaker in the team, negative DTM Gayatri Pandey, please? Thank you. DTM Gayatri Pandey, please repeat after me. I love Take Debate.
I love Take Debate.
Thank you. You're visible and audible. The stage is yours.
Good evening, everyone. We stand against the motion that racial profiling is effective as law enforcement strategy. Racial or ethnic profiling is the act of suspecting or targeting a person based on the basis of assumed characteristics or behavior of a racial or ethnic group, rather than on individual suspicion. Deborah Ramazan from Northwestern University School of Law quoted and said, and I'll quote, "Racial profiling is a sloppy, lazy substitute for actual policing. 3 reasons why we are against the motion. First, it's abusive. Racial profiling is an abusive practice that targets innocent citizens solely because of the way that they look. And a very recent example of this has been Black Lives Matter. So many people came on road. One innocent person was killed just based on the color of his skin. Second, it diverts the attention from actual issues. Third, racial profiling erodes trust between law enforcement and its community, as a result of which people are less likely to report a crime or work with the police to give information that they could apprehend on actual crime. Racial profiling is both ineffective and offensive to fundamental principles of civil liberties. It causes the psychological and social damage that can result from always being considered one of the usual suspects. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I please request the Zoom master to put the focus on Toastmaster Harish Krishnan?
Yes.
Thank you. Please repeat after me. I love Take Debate.
I love Take Debate.
Thank you very much. You're visible and audible. Please go ahead. Stage is yours.
Thank you. Good evening, members of the House. We are against the motion racial profiling is ineffective as law enforcement strategy. My worthy opponent from the opposite team cited few reasons why it is ineffective. The first one she pointed out was it gives restrictions in the airports or profile people or passengers based on their cultural or religious ethnicity. If you really look at the problem, after 9/11, these airports were subject to profiling. And you see the results. To date, there have been no major issues or incidents in the United States in the form of this twin plane blasting that happened in World Trade Center. Likewise, in India also, of late, for last 8 to 10 years, there have never been much of a major blast or insurgencies regionally or in public places because of these strict controls. So it is in fact effective. Now coming to discrimination. A group of people staying together cultivate a behavior and they turn out to be doing the same activity. You have back in India, Chor Bazaar, small areas where they do one type of illegal activity. So when they are together, they develop their skills in those antisocial activities. As a result, a profiling definitely helps to control those type of people from doing anything further damaging to the society. Now, trauma and ineffective. Yes, I do agree to the point, but if you can show a good life, or you can be an example to the public, you can control those damages that it creates. Now, hijab and George Floyd. Black Lives Matters, right? When did it matter? This was always there. But now it is politically motivated and this done in a way that it troubles the current government. Otherwise, these incidents were there on and off in rural areas. But now it was politically motivated. So this is in fact used as a tool by the opponents to create issues in the running of a government. Then distrust. Distrust, if you look at it, when Black Lives Matters, the previous president himself of America was a Black American. So if he could show an example and being taking the biggest post in the country, being the president, the first citizen of the country, and work, then where is the trust factor coming from?
Thank you. I would request the Zoom master to put the focus on the rebuttal speaker from the team affirmative, team Hashim Halim, please. Team Hashim, can you please repeat after me? I love Take Debate.
I love Take Debate.
Thank you. You're audible and visible. This floor is yours.
Good evening, fellow moderator and my very worthy opponents. Let's not discuss about racial profiling anymore. Let us discuss about listening to the topic. The topic on the floor today is racial profiling is ineffective. I believe my worthy opponents have misunderstood the topic and spoken as if it is against the topic effective as a law enforcement strategy. So pretty much we've heard two opening speeches for the same topic. Since I have 2 minutes, which has been given to me, I might as well rebut what has been presented. She spoke about the definition of racial profiling. I have to agree with her that it is indeed, racial profiling is the act by which police or other law enforcement agencies take decisions and suspect based on a certain race, ethnicity, or type of behavior. She presented evidence from a university about saying that racial profiling is a lazy substitute for actual police work. In fact, you can see many evidences have been given by my opening speaker of how racial profiling has resulted in deaths. For example, the George Floyd incident that we are all familiar with. It is also a very commonly seen that at airports, many Sikhs wearing turbans or many Muslims who have the headdress are stopped and searched more than other commonly dressed people purely based on their dress. So indeed, racial profiling is a sloppy substitute for real police work and it should not be allowed. You mentioned that it erodes trust between law enforcement and communities. We have seen all over that children and other youth in racially profiled communities develop the trauma that continues with them throughout their life, and they always look at law enforcement with suspect and are afraid to come out into the public or take up their voice, even to defend their own rights. This is because of the trauma that they have suffered as children or as youth because of the racial profiling by the police. My opener had presented evidences to support this argument. You went on to talk about civil liberties and the psychological impact. All of these only cement the point that racial profiling is indeed ineffective as a law enforcement strategy. So, since all the points you have presented actually support our case, I will rest my case and say together, let us put our best foot forward to eliminate racial profiling as a law enforcement strategy. My team and I firmly stand for this motion that racial profiling is ineffective as a law enforcement strategy. Not only black lives, brown lives, yellow lives, green lives, everyone's life matters. Otherwise, we're all just another brick in the wall. Back to the moderator.
Thank you. Can we have the spotlight on the closing speaker from the team negative? DTM Pranav Trinakar. DTM Pranav, please repeat after me. I love Take Debate.
I love Take Debate.
Thank you. You're audible and visible. The floor is yours.
Good evening to the members of the House. We as a House are against the motion racial profiling is ineffective as a law enforcement strategy. Why it is against, I will tell you the reasons. My opening speaker spoke about 3 clear reasons why it is not effective. Firstly, it is abusive, diverts interest, and erodes trust in the law. She also spoke about the Black Lives Matter, the recent incident of the Black Lives Matter. And she spoke about how there is more security checks on airports for some sectors of the society. She also said it is ineffective and offensive. My rebuttal speaker spoke about how the points of the opposition speakers were all relevant because the points such as security checks used to happen all before, and now the security has increased all around the world on the airports, etc. Then he said that about the racial movements, it is politically motivated now, and also spoke about how the trust is lost. So hence we ask this House to reject the motion that racial profiling is ineffective as a law enforcement. Over to you.
Thank you. Request the Zoom master to put the spotlight on DTM Robin and the closing speaker on the team affirmative. DTM Robin, please repeat after me. I love Take Debate.
I love Take Debate.
Thank you very much. You're audible and visible. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much. The motion on the floor is racial profiling is ineffective as a law enforcement strategy. And our opening speaker very, very clearly defined what is racial profiling. It is a discriminatory practice based on race, and it is totally illegal, ineffective, and racist. Now, why is that? The law enforcement is supposed to have built trust among people, and the first thing that it does is it breaks that trust, because when a certain racial communities are targeted based on profiling, that's when there is erosion of trust. And that's what my opening speaker very clearly defined and gave very good examples of George Floyd, of September 11, and many other cases like that, which have resulted in huge trauma for a very long period of time. Then the next part was about it being a very sloppy substitute for a law enforcement agency, because there are many other effective ways of profiling criminals. Why should we only rely on racial profiling? Now, in racial profiling, it is very clear that when you do that, you also are infecting the community in such a way that there is violence, which was, again, some clear examples of that were quoted by my opening speaker. And my rebuttal speaker reinforced those points by clearly defining that racial profiling is in no way helpful to the law enforcement agency. Yes, it gives you some stereotypes to identify some people, but beyond that, it erodes trust and it causes huge traumas among people. And finally, there is a loss of face for the law enforcement agency, which is something which we cannot afford, because if that happens, then they cannot do their job, which is about ensuring that people follow laws. So to the House, we would like to request to adopt this motion. Racial profiling is ineffective as a law enforcement strategy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for all the debate participants for a wonderful debate. Now, I hope all of us have picked up the points, and I'm sure the debate evaluator is going to say how effective the debaters were. And thank you very much for all your support. Now, I would like to hand the stage back to our ever smiling, ever energetic, ever dynamic Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Ramesh. What a cracker of a debate. But you know what, DTM sir, if I was in your place, I would have put Team Take Debate against the motion because this was their practice session. We should have challenged them more. You made it way too easy for them, I thought. And on the contrary, to our nascent new Toastmasters on the other side, I must tell you, this was actually a very lopsided, I mean, one-sided topic, but to have prepared in that 15 minutes and attempted it and given it a shot at such a short notice, I mean, it was a commendable job. So together as a team, we did a brilliant job. Ramesh sir, forgive me for saying this, but yes, Hashim, Pooja, and Robin deserved to be against the motion, not in favor of the motion. Then I wanted to see what Hashim had to say and what Pooja had to say. But yes, nevertheless, they are stars. So are our opposition team to have attempted a very, very difficult topic, I would say. So, Gayatri, where are you? I can't see you. Can you come online? All right, darling, you did it's okay. We all make mistakes. What's the big deal in it? But the best thing is that you went forward and gave it a shot any which ways. So that's very well done. Brilliant. So yes, having said that, it's now time for our speeches. So before I call on our first speaker who's going to light up the screen tonight, can I please have her evaluator, Toastmaster Elna, to read out the objectives, please?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Divya. Toastmaster Ajita is attempting level 2 P1, understand the communication skills. The objective for the speaker is the purpose of the project is for the member to learn about different communication styles and to identify her primary style. The purpose of the speech is for the member to share the impact of her style on others. Timer, please note the timing is 5 to 7 minutes. The title of the speech is Yes, of course. All the best, Toastmaster Ajita, and over to you, Toastmaster Divya.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Elna. Now, to me, she is someone who can shine brightest in the darkest of skies. You know, she has such a strong lightning force within. And I'm so glad that our paths crossed. Now, she's been a Toastmaster for almost 4 years. And one particular thing that she loves, like our CGD does, is the Rangoli. And the darkness that she's trying to overcome is that she's way too empathetic and she finds it both her strength and her weakness. Trust me, Aji, it's more your strength than weakness. With that, let us invite Toastmaster Ajita on stage with her topic. Yes, of course. Yes, of course, Toastmaster Ajita.
Good evening, everybody. Few years ago, I joined as a resident engineer for a design company. It was one calm Friday evening. I had just gotten back from an overnight camping trip. I was so tired and about to hit my bed. I heard my mobile ringing. It was a call from the watchman at P15 Emirate Hills Villa. He said, "Ma'am, there is an emergency. Some pipe broke and the parking is flooded with water. Can you please come immediately?" Without thinking, I said, "Yes, of course." I grabbed my key and started my 25-kilometer drive. Any SOS or an emergency, Ajita will be there. Ajita is like a superwoman without a cape.
and says, yes, of course, for anything? Are you stuck on top of a tower? Or are you drowning and just a text message or a call away? Wait, I have acrophobia, phobia for heights, and I don't know swimming. Oops, I don't know anything about plumbing. And even that is not our company's scope of work. This thoughts struck when I was halfway to the site. After reaching there, I checked. It was the pipe from the neighborhood that broke. I informed them the wall was closed, but our site was damaged with few items. Looking at my parked car, my boss, who stayed few villas away, came there to check on us. After listening to my tale, he was very much surprised. He said, Ajita, just remember, keep this in your mind. Communication should be on both sides. Before coming here, you should have asked what exactly happened. And you should have called the subcontractor who is responsible to take care of such issues. I couldn't say anything to him. Oxford Dictionary says communication is exchanging information by speaking, writing, or any medium. In my dictionary, instead of exchanging, it always one-sided. I thought I'm a very good listener. I thought I'll be rescue for anyone whom I assume they are in emergency. And I am very bad in communicating. I asked the watchman why he called me instead of the subcontractor who is supposed to be there to solve the issues. He said, ma'am, you are very approachable. And you listen to everyone and everything. From my boss's roasting and watchman's feedback, that day I taught my strength and weaknesses. From that day, I tried to follow my own rules. Ask questions. Think before you act. Have a clear and transparent communication. You know, no need to be a rescuer every time. You can assign someone to rescue. Even Prince Charming is not meant to rescue Princess Fiona. Through Lord Farquaad, she was rescued by an ogre Shrek. And finally, analyze any problem. Communication is classified into 4 types. Supportive communication, initiating, analytical, and direct. When I went through my assessment, I found I am a very strong supportive communicator. And I was happy with my result because it reflected my strengths. I was ranked direct and initiative on the next and analytical at the end. Sometimes my strength becomes my weakness. When working with a team, I go with majority rather sharing my opinion. Focusing on the process, I get deviated from the end results. This project helps me to find my do's and don'ts and aspects where I have to limit my strength and overcome my weakness. Yes, Aparna?
Ma'am, there's an emergency. Can you please give me 20 dirhams?
May I know what is the emergency?
Ice cream?
Ice cream? Just 2 days ago, you have finished your antibiotic for cold. Your emergency can be postponed for next month. Divya, would you like to join us next week for that ice cream emergency? Yeah, I saw. Yes, of course. See you, dear. Over to you. Thank you.
So can we take 30 seconds to give our lovely speaker a feedback before I call upon the second speaker? Please take a moment to send feedback on personal chat to her. You can continue to do so while I call upon our second speaker, DTM Soumya Rangarajan. But before we do that, can I request her evaluator, DTM Samira, to please read out her objectives?
Good evening, everyone. The speaker is attempting project 3 from level 1. The purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to demonstrate that he or she has applied the feedback received from his or her first speech. All the best to the speaker.
Now, to me, she is someone that holds a light that can bring out the best in you. If she is anywhere in your vicinity, you will be charged up to give your best. She's been a Toastmaster for 7 years. And what she loves about Diwali is the colors and lights that the festival brings. And that darkness that she's trying to overcome is to free herself from expectations. So let us welcome our second speaker, Soumya Rangarajan, with her topic, Sound of Music. Sound of Music, Soumya Rangarajan.
Thank you so much, Divya. பார்க்கடல் அலை மேலே பாம்பனையின் மேலே பள்ளி கொண்டாய் ரங்கநாதா. Every morning, I woke up to the sound of this divine, melodious classical music. Back then, music was as important as filter coffee in Tamil Brahmin homes, and daughters had to train in classical music. Why, you ask? It gave them an edge in the matrimonial market. But my parents also had this optimistic belief that their daughter would blossom into a performing singer like the legendary M.S. Subbulakshmi. I actually loved singing, but the nuances of classical music completely escaped me. I couldn't distinguish between notes or identify ragas. And that stressed me out. But still, I refused to subject myself to the hours of rigorous practice that classical music demanded of me. The fear of going off tune and being judged snatched away the spontaneity to sing. And I started developing a love-hate relationship with music. When my parents failed, All India Radio and Vivid Bharati succeeded. Thanks to the influence of school friends, I became hooked on to Hindi film music, and the radio became my eternal companion. My poor mother despaired. Instead of trying to further my music with divine traditional compositions, here I was crooning romantic numbers for the film stars. Vivid Bharati was ingenious in the variety of programs it offered its listeners. But ironically, what enchanted me the most were those segments where they drew a parallel between classical music and film music. So when the radio jockey played Dekha hai pehli baar sajan ki aankhon mein pyar, and said that this song was based on Darbari Kannada, that wave of recognition excited me, and I started falling in love with music all over again, classical included. Music for me was for every mood, whether it was happy, sad, bored, scared. Yes, scared. When I studied late into the nights, it was the sound of music that warded off all those mysterious footsteps and creaking sounds that my mind would conjure up. The more I listened to music, the more I sang. And the more I sang, deeper became my admiration for poetry, language, and lyrics. It could be the description of falling rainfall or an expression of love, but I was charmed by the lyrics, the creative genius of the lyricist. And that's why I also cringed when the lyricist compared the heroine to a potato in a samosa. They say music has no language. Maybe so, but language adds a completely new dimension to music. I loved music, but I still continued to be guilty of not giving it the time or dedication that it deserved. Post-college, caught in the mire of ambition and responsibilities, I started losing touch with music. There was just no time to hear or sing. Music became a forgotten friend. When the children arrived, music slowly crept back into my life when I started singing nursery rhymes with gusto. But it was much later, years later, when I found two friends who were also musically inclined and shared the same regret as me as for not having taken that opportunity to develop music when we decided to give our musical journey a second chance. We joined classes where we chatted more and sang less. We fumbled over the same notes, we skipped beats, we lost our rhythm, but our joy was complete. With age has come realization. I know that destiny has me as a permanent kitchen singer. My daughter calls me a radio. I fearlessly sing in my kitchen, anything that takes my fancy, except probably the national anthem. I sing a few lines here, hum some there. And when an impossible twist comes, I change the song itself. Oftentimes, the words are my own. And the children tell me that I even tend to give a devotional twist to cabaret numbers. So after so many decades with music, can I identify ragas? Of course not. You must be joking. I'm as clueless as ever. But it really doesn't matter that my knowledge of music is inadequate. And music is neither my profession nor my passion. It's just something that I immensely enjoy. Not everyone can be a performer, but every performer needs an audience. And that appreciation is what I give music for all the happiness and joy that it gives me. So to conclude, let me sing a favorite song which goes as add your tune to mine and sing along with me. Maybe we can make this life successful. तुझो मेरे सुर मिला ले संग काले तो जिंदगी हो जाए सफल तुझो मेरे सुर में. Over to you.
Hi, kash mera sur aisa hota. For my non-Hindi speaking friends, what I meant was wish I could also sing the way she sings beautifully. I mean, I'm just amazed at so much light there is in each one of us and the creativity that each one of us beholds and expresses in different forms. It's mind-boggling. I will not wear the glares again because then the whole meeting I'll have to sit with glares. So let's just do away with that. Now comes the actual pataka of the meeting, the evaluation segment. I know you guys thought that I was referring to our hijabi pataka Samira or maybe our fuljadi Elna. No, 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 they are not patakas. They are atom bombs, and you will see why. But first, we will have the rockets. One is going to fire like one, and the other looks like one. So, yeah, two rockets are going to fire very soon. So, to do our debate evaluation, sorry, before that, my apologies. 30 seconds for feedback for Soumya. And meanwhile, can we also launch the poll for the best speaker?
Let me give the timing report first.
Yeah, so sorry. The sur just got me imbalanced. Please, please give us the timers report.
The SOS Superwoman Ajita took 6 minutes 10 seconds, and the musician Soumya took 7 minutes 5 seconds. So both are qualified.
So Rajiv has to launch the poll, which he has. While the polling is happening, let me quickly introduce you to the first rocket who's going to fire. That is our debate evaluator, who very graciously agreed at a very short notice to come in and be a debate evaluator. That is Toastmaster Shiny Jacob from Al Nahda Toastmasters. And she's been a Toastmaster for 4 long years, she says. Shiny, you got to speak to DTM Ramesh Anantaraman, DTM Ramesh Menon, DTM Rania, DTM Vinod, so many of them. 4 long years. There's nothing like long in Toastmasters, you know. And what she loves about Diwali is that she gets to see these wonderfully lit up windows and balconies in Bar Dubai. There's a strong and simple message behind the pomp and festivity. All you need to do is dispel darkness and light a lamp. What a profound thought. And when I asked her, what is that one darkness she wants to overcome? She said, the question has been raised by a DTAC finalist, and you need to be quite philosophical to answer this. I'm not there yet, so I will respectfully pass. Now this DTAC finalist is confused as to how to react to that. Nevertheless, please put your hands together for our debate evaluator, Toastmaster Shiny Jacob. Over to you.
Good evening, Take Debate. Well, this is the first time I'm evaluating a debate, and that too such a wonderful one. Racial profiling is ineffective as a law enforcement strategy. It took me 2 solid minutes to understand the topic and get down to it. By that time, Pooja had already started firing on all guns. Now, I learned a very valuable lesson when I was a school student. If you've got to explain something to someone, you need to understand the topic first. If you're not able to understand the topic, you cannot explain it to anyone. Neither can you convince anyone. We are on a higher order here. We've got to convince the whole house that what we are trying to say, whether we believe it or not, is what is true and what the house should stand by. We had 6 speakers take the floor today. Racial profiling is ineffective as a law enforcement strategy, the first speaker of which was Toastmaster Pooja Baburaj. Now, the judge's ballot sheet, since we are looking at it from the contest point of view, I'll evaluate it from the point of view of the contest as well. The judge's ballot gives points to the speaker on the basis of 6 points: content, value to audience, effectiveness, voice, manner, and correctness. These are the 6 criteria on which debates are judged in the Middle East. Now, where content is concerned, Pooja's 3-minute speech was bursting with content. She had too many details. She had researched the topic from cover to cover. 15 minutes and a thesis is ready. So where content is concerned, she has got lots of material and it was there. That is one of the biggest pluses in her speech. She has contributed to adding value to the audience because she's defined the topic. She's given examples. She's given, where value to audience is concerned, again, she's explained the topic correctly and she has given us valid examples. The only point with regards to the studies that she presented, Toastmaster Pooja, when you were referring to a study, you referred to an organization called Open Society. Not many people in the audience would be aware of the society. There are studies by Amnesty International and more reputed bodies. Always when you bring in a study, try and bring in studies from more reputable bodies like the World Health Organization, United Nations. People get impressed when you take out these names rather than mention open society and then a couple of other words which I couldn't really follow. Effectiveness, you were pretty effective, but again, in the beginning, I mentioned that the content you had was quite a lot. That served as a negative factor also in the speech because there was too much. You were going too fast. You wanted to finish. I noticed that you didn't finish on time. You could have sacrificed a bit of the content to give it, give it a little bit more of structure. Voice, again, you were fast, and I don't know whether it was nervousness or whether it was speed, but I would suggest a slower pace. Manner, you were very strong, you were determined, you were that train that would not stop till it reached the station. So yes, you were pretty determined and you were going quite well. And everything that you said was factually correct. I couldn't argue with any of your points. So yes, I would say that as an opener, you did your job very well. The only thing that I would suggest is where in the beginning you referred to you as Bambi, probably to get a little bit of support as the underdogs in this contest. But no, you were not the underdogs. Your team were not the underdogs under any. That's not even a point here because you were you had the better end of the stick on this particular debate. I would suggest cut down on the trimmings, stick to the material because you had a lot of that. Probably that would help you, and pace yourself a little slower. I'm another person who's a express train, so I know that's going to be a struggle, but slow down when you do the delivery. It will help the debater. I mean, it'll help the judges understand you better. But great job. The second speaker for the day, Toastmaster Gayatri Pandey. Toastmaster Gayatri, my heart really stuttered for a moment when I heard the topic because I wondered how you would do it. And I think there was a problem with understanding the topic because both the openers were effectively speaking for the same side of the table. Both of you were arguing from the same side. This topic, I would agree with what Toastmaster Divya, with what DT and Divya said in the beginning. It was a kind of lopsided. So the other side, the team speaking against the topic would have to work harder. Essentially, if it were going for a contest, I would like to see the team speaking for the topic to speak against the topic. That would have been more challenging. But then again, there was a problem with the understanding the topic on the other side. Gayatri, with the time that you have and the hurry effectively you are arguing against the club champions. So it could have been a little bit of a hamper there, but I felt the understanding of the topic was a little difficult. Even this topic is not quite easy to understand. That could have contributed to that. And the time taken was also not, you didn't take the entire time. I felt that you stopped in between. You defined racial profiling exactly the way the other team defined. That was okay. Maybe, I mean, just a suggestion from my end, when I thought about it, what I could think was the topic is racial profiling is ineffective as a law enforcement strategy. Maybe you could have argued from the point of view, it is ineffective only when it combines, when you combine racial profiling with aggressive police measures. If you use racial profiling as a law enforcement strategy, it works. But if police officers were to stop people on the basis of race and start attacking them or start, it becomes news only when there is violence involved, and police officers are not meant to conduct violence in any form. If you had argued on that level, maybe I felt it would have given you more brownie points. Toastmaster Harish had a very difficult time because he had to first process all of that Toastmaster Pooja presented and then effectively rebut. He did quite a good job. And he brought in a sentence, prevention is better than cure. That I felt was, it was quite effective there. That would have worked well, but the opening was too strong. On the other end, when you did the rebuttal, you could only attempt to nail a few points that Pooja presented, some of which you did really well. When you are referring to race, I would suggest not use a particular color or a particular community. Do not refer to a color or community. It tends to be a little offensive. So if we can avoid that in the entire debate, that would be good. Good job, Harish, because I felt that you had a really tough job to do there. Toastmaster Hashim, it would have been a breeze for you because you just had to reiterate everything that your opener did, which which is exactly what a judge would be looking for. He did not introduce any new points. He effectively reiterated everything that his opener did. He kind of like reinforced the entire topic to us. He used the same words, he used the same terms, because he couldn't do much in way of rebuttal, but he used his time wisely. And I like the beginning that he said, I have 2 minutes, so I might as well reiterate everything that my opener said. When it comes to closing, again, Toastmaster Pranav, you raised 3 points. I like the fact that both the sides of the debate agreed that this particular racial profiling erodes trust. So both the sides of the debate were agreeing on the same points. So that was kind of interesting. And Pranav did a good job of summarizing what both the opener and the rebuttal speakers said. So, but I think by that time, the game was already lost. There was not much he could do, but still he managed to completely close by summarizing what both his opener and the closing speaker did. When it came to when it came to DTM Robin, he was the only person who brought in the term stereotyping into the debate. I didn't hear the word stereotyping anywhere else. It would have been effective if it had been brought in by the opening speaker, because when you explain this topic to the public, you need to explain to them what racial profiling is. And if, rather than go with the definition from Cambridge or anywhere else, if you were able to simply state it to people, you are stopped on the basis of how you look. A police officer or a law enforcement officer will stop you on the road on the basis of how you look or how you are dressed, thinking that you could be a criminal. Is that really fair? Maybe a question like that would have been more effective in presenting this case to the audience. The closing side, again, DTM Robin presented the facts in a very nice way. There was a difference in the language that he used. Sloppy substitute to law enforcement, why only racial profiling, inciting violence, stereotypes. Again, he also touched the topic of erodes trust. Both the sides did, which was kind of funny. But on the whole, both the closing speakers did a very good job, and I would rate them as the best speakers for the day. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shiny. I think for a difficult debate, you did full justice with your evaluation. I think all the speakers have take-home value, and at the same time, you were encouraging, which is very, very important as an evaluator. Thank you very much. So now our first rocket is fired. Time for our second rocket. That is our own DTM Ramesh Menon. And like I said, he looks like one, but when he fires up, he can illuminate all darkness with the radiance that is blinding. So please welcome our table topics evaluator, DTM Ramesh Menon. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Divya. Fantastic journey. Today, the light within us has already been lit by many of the speakers on the stage who came over. Today, my job is firework by DTM Rania has worked within us. Very good, DTM Rania. Well, good thought that you brought up to synchronize two separate entities, irrelevance to be brought relevance by the speakers by adding two concepts into a table topic session and giving them a chance to explain on those both. Well, good, very creative thought that really lit the light of everybody's enlightenment, not only the speakers, but the listeners as well. Good thought, fantastic topics, well explained what is the table topic segment and all. And it was a very fitting effort by yourself to get that table topic session conducted in a truly professional manner. Having said that, what my advice to all the table topic masters, not only to DTM Rania, for the future also, kindly repeat the topic twice so that the speakers as well as the audience and the evaluator could really note down what is the real topic is about. And second suggestion is to get the timer report before handing over to the Toastmaster of the evening. These are the two suggestions for the table topic masters as of now today, what I noticed. Otherwise, a fantastic job from DTM Rania. And we had 7 warriors who took the brave to put their brave heart out, explaining their stand. First brave warrior was DTM Vinod, who was asked, love comes after marriage or not before marriage? Do you think guns should be banned? These were the two combinations to be made relevant. And no way our DTM Vinod was really understood what is marriage life and the real living. He sarcastically mentioned guns should not be banned, and he had valid reason that a lot of in-laws in his house and in his life that creating lot of unlawful things within him, and which he should take law in hands by using the guns to straight them where possible to make his lawful living. Very good, DTM. You had a fantastic thought on that. The gun should be put in hand, kept with you for making straight things to prevent from the father-in-law, mother-in-law, brother-in-law, all those in-laws who take the laws in hand. However, you are an loquacious speaker, a champion speaker. And we were expecting you speak more than 45 seconds. You spoke only 45 seconds. You lost your 1 minute 35, or rather 1 minute 45 seconds in your journey, which you would have utilized in a very good way, explaining whether love comes after marriage or before marriage. From your experience or others' experience would have been ideal, although you try to fix in-laws with the gun. Nevertheless, 45 minutes, whatever was spoken by you was definitely a good learning lesson for all of us. Well done, DTM Vinod. And second, topic taker, always love to listen to this particular gentleman whenever he speaks, because he's man of humor built in. Whatever he utters always comes with added flavor of humor. DTM Karthikeyan, you got a very good topic. Uniform should be mandatory for at workplace. And the next topic was which part of your body to be made plastic surgery. And you had a very good explanation about that. Your tummy is the first place that you want to make it a six-pack by plastic surgery, because you want to get attracted by the youngsters, girls, and the people around to be, get attracted. And you had a very good valid reason to explain to that. And also you explained what is the purpose of uniform having, the one you like is black color, black and white color and all. You really made the point of wearing uniform so that, but your body should be fit enough to cover your tummy in a six-pack way. Then you go for plastic surgery. Well done, well explained, well narrated. However, you spoke within only 1 minute. You could have indulged in explaining the uniform usage as well as how we could go for plastic surgery, because we all have a lot of big tummies living in Dubai, rich life. Thank you very much. You did very good job on explaining, but try to utilize more. You utilized only 1 minute. You had 1 minute, another 45 seconds. Now, third was our tiny Toastmaster Elna. School should be banned from YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and all. What is the best pet you like? And she had a lot of explanation about the like of her pet and why she liked the pet, how it can be curtailed, and why the YouTube should be banned, because concentration is lost by the children by misusing the YouTube and all. Should be banned, given more concentration to love the pet. Well done, Toastmaster Elna, but you spoke only 59 minutes. You still have another 1 minute 46 seconds to explain to us. You could have utilized it, because you all were senior Toastmasters. We would love to hear you more on the topic. Nevertheless, you spoke to the topic very well and concluded with so much of energy. Good job. And fourth one was Toastmaster Samir GP. Women are worse than men. What a good topic, man. You should have blasted on it more than what you could. But and the second topic I couldn't really hear, but I think it was, you do like to have a bicycle, green car for your wife, something like that, I felt. But anyway, you answered it. I would like to give a bicycle for my wife. Very good thinking. And you said, explain your wife was away from in Kerala and all those things, but you never addressed women are worse or worse than men. I'm sure that you are conveniently avoiding this topic, but not knowing what to say. Thank you, but you only utilized only 51 minutes. You could have utilized another few minutes to cover up the timing, So these are senior members who should really look into utilizing the time given, at least 2 minutes to speak, because we all love to hear your words. And the fifth one was Shruti Gupta, Toastmaster, the guest. Marriage should be happening at younger age than later age, which is a meal that you like. I think that is the second question was, but you address that the marriage should be after later stage, because the experience, that inheritance that you got from your family, you very well explained. And also you made a referring to that you would love to have homemade foods and all. Very good attempt, and you spoke more than 1 minute. 1 minute 22 seconds is a very good gesture as a guest speaker. You had the guts to speak out, and it is time for you to join to a Toastmaster, any Toastmaster club, wherever you are in, because you had a very good ability to speak extempore. Do not dilute that without joining any club. So please join us. And another sixth one was guest Jimmy. A lot of people lost job and employment is rising. What is the best way to lose weight? And he had a very good thinking on that. Losing job is much better than losing weight, because if you have a job, you will go for fatty food, you will go for gym and all, waste your money to creating, maintaining all health. And but again, you turned around saying that losing job is not that good. Also, living that you need money. So one suggestion on anyway, you are a guest, so you spoke 42 seconds is enough, but good start. Try to speak at least 1 minute and try to wrap up as much as possible. But you try to address the topic is quite very good effort, that your presence of mind is always enshrined. And you are a very good speaker. So again, my advice is not to lose your time. Please join Toastmasters. And seventh Toastmaster guest Akila. Space exploration is waste of money. And which movie would you like? She was very much on the space exploration. Is not waste of money. It has given a lot of amazement and enhanced your thinking skill, a lot of ability to understand the future and all. You know, she has literally liked this space Wars, Star Wars, and the flight that you has gone, and Elon Musk indulging in making the society well with equipment and all. Plus the exploration to Mars, finding out the water there, having a living. I'm sure she's going to go to Mars soon, if that living is possible proven by the scientist. So much so she was interested in explaining about the it's not a waste of money of exploring the space. Very good attempt. And having asked her to spoke about the movie she liked, she indulged in saying that she liked Harry Potter series because of the imagination power that she gets, and the creativity comes out of that imagination. A lot of lessons to learn. She had a lot of clear, vivid understanding on both the topic. Only thing, little push to speak out. It is best place to come to Toastmasters to experiment your ability to speak extempore. Please join a Toastmaster. My humble advice to all the final three speakers. It's the right time not to get disappointed, not to join. Please join anytime, sooner than later, and indulge in speaking. You all have fantastic speak. And lit the light within you by sparkling attempt. Wish you all very good. I thoroughly enjoyed this table topic session. Special appreciation to Toastmaster Lania for bringing all the speakers out of their heart, the light within them to be lit and make more shining. All the very best. Thank you very much. Good night, and back to Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Divya.
Thank you, Ramesh sir. You fired and you forgot to see the red light firing at you for the last 5 minutes.
7 speakers. 7. Anyway,
that's all right. So very quickly, we'll move on to our next evaluator, our Fuljadi, someone whose effervescence is infectious. So please put your hands together for Toastmaster Elna, who's been a Toastmaster for 5 years. One thing she loves about Diwali, lots of jalebis with some gulab jamun, and to top it, rabdi. I'm salivating already. And the darkness that she's trying to overcome with the light within is the darkness of how the prices of jalebis have gone up during Diwali. Really. Over to you, Elna.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Divya. A very good evening to everyone at Take Debate Toastmasters Club, and a special good evening to my speaker, Toastmaster Ajita, who always says yes to me, no matter what. Even if I'm drowning or even if I'm top of Burj Khalifa, she comes running for me. Toastmaster Ajita did her level 2 P1, and the objective of the speech was to understand the communication style and to share with the audience why that is her communication style. In my experience, Toastmaster Ajita clearly completed her objective. She fulfilled the objective to the T. Toastmaster Ajita grabbed the audience attention with her title, Yes, of course, followed by the personal story, how her communication style is, and then later on entered the speech using an amazing prop we all had at home, which only she had the idea to use, and concluded by showcasing how the speaker transformed from being a supportive communicator to an analytic communicator. Good job on that, Toastmaster Ajita. Now, the speaker did a brilliant job, but as an evaluator, I have to find something so that the speaker can transform the speech into more beautiful. Toastmaster Ajita had a speech where there were two personal incidents. It would have been great if the speaker added in some gestures and vocal variety, especially when Toastmaster Ajita spoke about how the watchman gave her a call. She went to the site and through the driving process, how the thoughts were going on. Speaker could have added in some more emotion, a pause when the speaker was thinking about the three instances, how on the tower, the drowning incident, and then how you came back to the thoughts. It would have added more flavor. Then in parts of gestures, we all know that we are going to be on the virtual platform for quite a while. So it would have been beautiful if the speaker took an attempt to stand and deliver the speech where the gestures were much more visible for the audience and the other members so that the audience could empathize more with the speaker. To summarize, the speaker had completed her objectives, had amazing structure, personal incident, added a lot of flavor. If the speaker could add in a bit of gesture, vocal variety, and last but not the least, invite the evaluator next time you're going for ice creams, the speech would have been more beautiful. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Divya.
Thank you very much. I saw that coming. Okay, very quickly now to our next evaluator, our hijabi pataka, who impresses everybody with her wit and her one-liners. You can never get your way when you are in her way, basically. She's been a Toastmaster for 10 years. She loves balconies decorated with colorful lights and rangolis. And the darkness that she's trying to overcome is the external expectations of motherhood. Though I don't know how she will ever overcome that, but yeah, that's what she's trying to overcome. So let us please call on stage, virtual stage, DTM Samira Khan.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, DTM Divya. The audacity of the crow evaluating a nightingale. Good luck, folks. DTM Saumya's speech was a melodious treat right from the beginning till the end. I thoroughly enjoyed the comparisons and the choice of words she had. It was all over this entire speech, comparing the importance of music to filter coffee, and that gives an edge in the matrimonial market. Fear of going off tune, developing love-hate relationship, drawing music becoming a forgotten friend, rhymes with singing rhymes with gusto for the children, and your friends sharing the same regret. Destiny had me as the permanent kitchen singer. It was really a treat for my ears, and I love the way she structured it like a movie. She showed us why she lost interest, what sparked that interest back in her life, and how it helped her through joy, through sorrow, through fear, through scary moments, all those moments in life. Now, just like the way DTM Saumya is clueless with ragas, even I am absolutely clueless as to what feedback and recommendations I must give her. I am really nitpicking here. I don't have much. I thought it would have been better if she had looked into the camera while speaking to the audience. The connection would have been better this way. And I like that she attempted the speech standing in the place where she was talking about how music was connecting to her in moments of fear. Maybe, cringing like this would have added a better effect. That's all I have. Every person is a performer, and DTM Saumya, aren't we the privileged lot to be your audience today? Sorry, every performer needs an audience, and we are privileged to be your audience today. And if anybody wants to add music to their speech, DTM Saumya is the person they must go to. DTM Saumya, you are a star performer, and believe me, your best friend can be none other than music. Wish you all the best. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Evening.
Thank you very much, our hijabi Pataka, for that lovely evaluation. I'm sure DTM Soumya echoes my sentiments. So yes, friends, we've come to the close of the meeting, and what a display it has been of spirit, smiles, tears, togetherness, crackers. And now it's time to raise a toast. I don't know if you have anything with you, but I have a big bottle of water. I want to raise a toast to this beautiful club that celebrates the light within each one of us and illuminates the fraternity by rendering their service across vertically, horizontally. A storehouse of abundant energy. I just hope and wish that the light continues to shine and we continue to be a lovely and a loving family and a very light-hearted family that holds each other together. With that, ending on a note that let there be love and light. And coming back to my trivia, how many, sorry. Let us have the timers report.
Yes.
Let us have the timers report. Sorry.
Shiny took 9 minutes 8 seconds. Ramesh Menon took 9 minutes 50 seconds. Elna took 2 minutes 35 seconds. Samira 2 minutes 15 seconds. Except Ramesh Menon, everyone else qualifies.
So, Zoom Master, could you please do the polls, please?
And also best debater and best debate team voting.
I think we can do away with the debate polling. What do you say?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. If it has been raised, all right.
No, let's not do it.
Yeah, then you can just cancel the poll for the debate, Rajiv, just the table topics. Sorry, the evaluators. While he's doing the polling, can anyone guess how many times I use the word light or any variation of light, lightning, whatever, light, light and around light? Just take a wild guess on the number of times. Did Vinod count? He wrote 24, 36. It is definitely over 35. So I think I'll give it
so bright we did not notice.
So we'll give it to our secretary. I think since he's taking note of the minutes, I think he's much closer to the number. 72. Math teacher, what is the math there?
You asked me to take a wild guess.
Oh, okay. So I was like spreading too much light, I think. You multiplied it by like two, I think. Roughly 2. Okay. All right. With that, I hand it over back to our president. Sorry, we are a little delayed. Yeah, back to you, madam.
Thank you. Let's just wait for this everyone to vote for the best evaluator.
I think nobody is voting now. I'm going to end the polling.
Oh, okay. We can end the polling. Okay. Thank you, Divya, for that wonderful session. And special thanks to Toastmaster Shiny and our Division B Director, Harish, for taking up the role at the last minute. And I think Harish has been our savior even once before. Whenever we don't have role players, we reach out to them. Thank you for being there for us, Harish. And thank you very much, Shiny. Let's ask our guest, what did they think about the meeting? Their takeaways or feedback. Akhila. Akhila?
I'll just come back right now. Just 1 second. I'll just close the video now.
Okay, we will go to Jimmy. Hello, Jimmy, are you there?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, like you said, it's been indeed a lightning experience that I had today. This is my second club experience, so I feel this is a different, more energetic vibe. Yeah, different set of crowd, and we are much more debating and giving more ideas and exchanging more ideas, I'll say. Yeah.
And you need to attend 2 more meetings just to see how Take Debate actually, does the meeting. And
you'll be seeing me more. Yes, I'll be attending.
And this is a safe place to make mistakes and learn. And next, let's ask Samir.
All right. I think the allergy has aggravated after the table topic attempt, and I've got rashes right now. So I don't know if I'm going to be. Let's see.
Okay. You know,
But,
before it cures, it goes to its highest. So you stay here.
oh, it's going.
Okay, would love to have you back more often, Samir.
Thank you.
Next, who do we have? Shruti.
This was my first ever Toastmasters and I really enjoyed it. I thought the energy was infectious and I really enjoyed my evening with everyone. It was great.
Wonderful. And Akila? Can we?
So, yeah, I had really enjoyed this session. I really, especially the table topics, like you have to come up with like new stuff like on the spot is like something very challenging for me. But hearing from other people talk and come up with creative stuff, it was so nice to hear. And even the debates, I come up with 15 minutes. I don't know how people do, because for me, I would I would tremble and be scared. But I think if this will be an amazing opportunity to improve those skills, improve communication skills, and be more creative and presentable as well.
Thank you for the feedback, and we would like to see you more often here.
Yeah.
Do we have, is Harish around? No. Okay. Thank you. So now let me just, before I announce the winners, let me just, and we have Shiny, sorry. I have missed Shiny.
Good evening, Lavanya. I was hoping that you would miss me, but you caught me again.
Why did
you know, when Divya asked me to evaluate, I thought it was just evaluation. I walked in here and I thought, oh my God, who am I evaluating right now? I think I should have a disclaimer on my wall. I refuse to evaluate TTAC champions and division directors, past division directors. Maybe that would help. But I hope I did justice to it. It was a pleasure to come to take.
You can now put it on your CV that I'm a champion evaluator when it comes to evaluating all these, whatever you mentioned just
I think I'll go with the disclaimer first. I didn't know what you were leading me into.
Thank you very much. We really had a great session, Toastmaster Shiny.
Thank you.
Who? Okay, 1 second. Okay, now I would like to quickly announce some of the events happening in the next 2 weeks. First and foremost, our next meeting will not be on the first week of December. It will be on December 9th because of the long holidays and the Christmas. Because of all this, we will have our next December meeting on 2nd and 4th Wednesday. Now, what is happening from today till December 9th? At district level, on November 20th, we have a debate district level, we have a 4th webinar from the Club Growth series taking place featuring past international president DTM Pat Johnson, who will be speaking on building and sustaining Toastmasters in the corporate environment. And at district level on November 20th, this is afternoon, district is in the morning, we have a debate contest. And on November 21st, we have humorous masterclass conducted by Vinod Warrior, Hashim and Robert Devota. Then on November 28th, we have TT masterclass. December 5th, we have evaluation masterclass. As the annual contests are coming up, please do attend these education sessions. It will help you in preparing for the contest. And now, November 20th is a very important day for Take Debate. Our team, that is Pooja, Robin Anand, Hashim Halim, and Biju Nair, will be representing Take Debate at Division L contest. Let's all be there to support, to cheer our team, and to be there for them. So mark your calendar, November 20th, 2 p.m. Now, let's go to the winners. Let me just share my screen. The best table topic speaker is DTM Vinod Panikar. And the best evaluator is our champion evaluator, Shiny Jacob. And the best speaker is our musician, Soumya Rangaraj. Congratulations to all the winners. With that, I declare this meeting number 39 closed. Before that, I would like to leave you with the quote related to lights. Life isn't about darkness or light. Rather, it's about finding light within the darkness. With that, enjoy your long weekend, long holidays, and we will meet on 9th December. Good night and stay safe. Oh, sorry, we forgot to take the group photo. Let's take a group photo. Can everyone turn on their video? Pooja, Ramesh Menon, Shiny, Samir, Samira, Hashim, Robin Anand.
Robin has put it and he's gone.
Samir, you're gone.
Samir has infection, which is shown on his screen.
Okay. Rajiv, can you Samir is back. Could you quickly...
Robin, come fast. Okay, let's take, we have to go. Okay, just do it. Who's clicking?
Rajiv. Smile, please. Elna, we need your energy. Okay. Now, can I request Take Debate members to stay back for a few minutes? There is something we would like to discuss about physical meeting. Now, the Dubai Library, Public Library is open. Should we start the physical meeting now or should we wait for a couple of months? I would just like to hear from you guys, your opinions.
The attendance numbers are, I don't think we can meet as a group, no? Because we will be, I think they have reverted back from 30 to the old numbers.
Okay. We got an email from Dubai Library saying we can hold meetings.
Okay. No, because
I heard that
the government had, kind of relaxed, saying that up to 30 people can meet. I just heard yesterday evening saying that they are reversing back that.
We also have members like Rania, Robin Anand, who are away, who won't be able to join the physical meeting. So would it be okay if we start after March? Or we could think of hybrid meetings?
Yeah, hybrid is a good idea, Lavanya.
Yes, I was going to speak the same thing. Yes, you can check hybrid. If the place has a good internet connection and the facility to do a hybrid, why not? I think you should resume with physical. I mean,
the place has brilliant Wi-Fi connection. I can assure you that.
Are you being
so me and Robin
or...
will be on the screen. So we'll be the stars, always the two of us on the screen and the rest will be watching us. So I think you should go ahead with it. And I think one of the clubs in Division J, Voltas, they're so good at hybrids.
That's
so
because
many
they're
clubs,
the Voltas actually meets out of their office. So,
I know, but they have, they have the gadgets, they have this experience because they do a lot of webinars. So maybe they can give you like.
I think the biggest difference is because Ultas happens in an office environment, they have the equipments to conduct conferences, video conferences. I don't think that facility would be there in an external venue. Definitely not in the Dubai Public Library. So if you want to continue having our members doing remote, I think it's going to be a challenge in Dubai Public Library. So I would go with the president's suggestions, until we can find a venue which can support, efficient hybrid meetings. we continue with the online meetings. Though I'd like to, really now having physical meetings, meeting people, especially taking away whatever Divya is eating now. I think for the time being, we might have to stick to online.
Okay, but I mean, are you guys? Do you have any like? I know Pranav, his parents may not agree for physical meeting. Such kind of. Are you still skeptical?
I think, Lavanya, let us keep the option of online meeting because we should not be sidelined if other clubs are meeting, physically. We should also be starting it, keeping an option of DTM Rani and DTM Robin to join through live will be ideal. But we should not be, till March, it will be a long time. But let us observe for the time being, we shall continue what we are doing online. If other clubs are indulging and doing more clubs, then we should not be sidelined we should continue our normal meeting.
We had a demo meeting for Division B for Jarab, where it was a hybrid meeting. So they had connected Zoom, and people were present, live in the audience as well. Maybe not a VC like Ramesh sir suggested, but we can explore if the Wi-Fi is good. We can explore the option of, connecting Rania and Robin through Zoom in the meeting.
See, actually, it's not only Rania and Robin. There are others. Samira is one. Dave
Samira
is another. Dave is another.
I will not be able to
Well,
come. You can add me to Rania and Robin's list.
Yeah, Devlal also will not be able to come. Yeah, Ravi is here only.
Just wanted to ask, Elna, were you being sarcastic or were you actually saying that they have a good connection?
No, they have a good connection because we have used their
Wi-Fi
connection.
facility.
They have a Wi-Fi connection. We have used for a lot of contests for technical purposes. They have a good Wi-Fi connection.
They have facility, but how much outstation people can join and they participate, it depends on the wavelength that they can they can share with us.
Even in Jarab, when we had the demo meeting, we were using the hotel's Wi-Fi connection, and it was pretty clear. It's the same case. It should be the same case.
That, but
Can I add something over
They
here?
have a screen behind to project also.
Yeah,
So
let us
the Zoom can. So when Robin and Rania are speaking, they are fully visible to all of us.
Absolutely, yeah.
In the
So can we conclude that if we can go for a hybrid meeting, we start immediately?
We will try for it.
We can try one.
We can explore,
hang on,
explore the options available. Maybe you can give it a try, a test, and then we can take it from there. What to lose?
Let us try, but not to open until March, full-fledged. We will have online meeting then occasionally. If this succeeds, then we'll follow this one. Because I think Business Village also opening from December 1st for all meetings. So many of the clubs are starting from in Business Village, they are going to start the meetings. So we should not be left out. That's the only concern. So let us explore both so that they should not be, away from us, the other outstation members.
If you're checking out venues, there is an option of this place called In5, where they use it for if you want to block a room for podcasting, if you want to. So they're technologically quite equipped over there. I think you can probably explore.
Where is it located?
So they have 3 locations in Dubai. One is in Jumeirah, one is in Production City, and another one is in Design District. And I think the ones in Jumeirah and Production City, they are more technology based.
Far for the others.
Economic factor, because Dubai Library is much economical in terms of our membership income that we get. So if you can explore within that range, why not? We must go for it.
Bye, Robin.
Let's not overburden.
Robin, Hashim, Pooja, carry on.
Yeah, please carry on.
Okay.
So just a couple of things you want to consider is one is that the dues have been collected till March. That will be one thing that will have to be considered. The other one is also, like Karthikeyan mentioned, what do the government actually state? Yes, the public library might be open, but is there a limit as per the law on the number of people who can meet? If you have a meeting and then others decide to join, what will you tell them? Please leave?
Like a guest, for example. What would you leave it to the guests, all members together? Is it limited for 20? Like here, only 20 in Jordan. We tried the hybrid as well. So we told the guests online and the members, it's not easy because in the end you are restricted to the government rules and you don't want to do any violations. So you have to make sure what is the guideline of the city where you are.
I think recently they had, even for these holidays, they have released a guideline that no gatherings, nothing. I mean, for the duration of this holiday.
So first we will find out what is the government regulation.
Yeah.
If it's not allowed, then there is, it's straightforward. We go ahead with the government meetings. The point which Vinod mentioned about dues. So the dues, when we decided on dues of until
we had factored it.
we said even if we start physical meeting, we have enough funds. So that should not be an issue. So first we will check about the government, and if it is allowed, then we will check for the hybrid meetings where we can do it. And only when we can start the hybrid meeting, I think that's when we will begin.
Okay. Good.
Is everyone okay with that?
Yeah, December maybe if everything is okay, December maybe one meeting we can try. Not a problem. Or January, maybe the new year. I mean, it's okay either ways.
Most of the places, the restriction is 12 people. Huh?
Sorry, say again, Karthikeyan?
12 only.
Is 12.
That makes no sense.
Doesn't make sense actually.
But I think we can attempt it to say that arrange a meeting. Only members can be physically present. And the first 12 people who confirm, they are the only people who are allowed to attend.
Yeah, we can. It'll give us a chance to also test the connection.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. And the rest can join online anyway.
But as a trial, just 5-6 people can go and do a hybrid meeting.
No harm.
Yeah.
No harm. No.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that was a very quick meeting. Thank you for your inputs.
Thank you so much. All the best on Friday.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Rania, you're saying that like you're not going to be there to cheer us?
Of course I'm going to be there to cheer, but just saying that just to raise the morale, No, of course.
Guys who needed the good luck have left the meeting.
Yeah.
We will convey.
They all left. They have a briefing, I